I am 20 years old. I just moved into a new apartment on the top floor of a small building. It was exciting to have my own place. The complex has only a few units. My apartment is at the end of the hall. There is one neighbor next to me. I spent the whole day unpacking boxes and arranging my things. By evening, I felt tired but happy. I decided to make some ramen for dinner. I boiled water in the kitchen and waited. The smell of the noodles filled the small apartment. While I waited, I heard a creaking sound outside my door. It was soft but clear. The floor in the hallway always made noise when someone walked on it. I thought maybe it was my neighbor. I went to the door and opened it a little to check. An older man was standing right there in the hall. His back was turned toward me. He was not moving. He was just standing near the neighbor's door. I felt surprised. I did not know who he was. He looked like he was in his 60s. He had gray hair and wore simple clothes. Before I could say anything, he turned his head a little. He said softly, "Sorry." Then he walked quickly to the stairs and went down. He did not open the neighbor's door. He did not knock. He just left. I stood there for a moment. Why was he on the top floor? There was no reason for him to be here if he was not visiting my neighbor. The stairs were the only way up or down. I felt a little strange about it. I closed the door and locked it. I tried to forget about the man. I ate my ramen and watched some videos on my phone. The building was quiet. Most people seemed to keep to themselves. I went to bed early because I was tired from moving. In the middle of the night, I woke up suddenly. I heard shuffling sounds outside. It was like soft footsteps in the hall. My heart started beating fast. I lay still in bed and listened carefully. The sounds came closer to my door. Then I heard it clearly. Someone was trying my doorknob. The handle moved slowly. It turned one way, then the other. But the door did not open. I had locked it before sleeping. Thank God I locked it. I stayed very quiet. I did not move. I did not turn on the light. After a few seconds, the shuffling moved away. I heard the neighbor's door open and then close. The sound stopped after that. I stayed awake for a long time. My mind was racing. Was it the same older man? Was someone trying to come into my apartment? I felt scared but also glad that I had locked the door. Finally, I fell asleep again when everything stayed quiet. The next morning, I woke up to loud knocking on my door. It was early. The sun was just coming up. I opened the door carefully. 2 police officers were standing outside. They asked if I was okay. They said there had been robberies in the building last night. I invited them inside. They told me what happened. Someone had robbed 2 other apartments on lower floors. The people who lived there forgot to lock their doors. The thief took money, phones, laptops, and some jewelry. The police were talking to everyone in the building. They asked me if I saw or heard anything strange. I told them about the older man from the evening before. I described him, his gray hair, his soft voice, and how he left down the stairs without entering any apartment. I also told them about the noises at night, the shuffling, the doorknob turning, and the neighbor's door. The officers wrote everything down. They looked serious. One officer said, "You were lucky. Very lucky." They explained that the thief probably checked doors to see which ones were unlocked. He tried my door, but it was locked, so he moved on. The neighbor's door opening and closing might have been him hiding or checking something. The police said they would look for the man I described. They warned everyone to always lock their doors, even when inside. After the police left, I sat on my couch for a long time. I felt cold inside. I kept thinking about how close it was. If I had forgotten to lock my door like the others, the thief would have come inside while I was sleeping. He could have taken my things. He might have hurt me. I felt so thankful that I was safe. But I also felt scared. I looked around my small apartment. Everything was still there. My ramen bowl from last night was in the sink. My boxes were still half unpacked. This was supposed to be a fresh start in a new place. Now I felt uneasy. Every small sound in the hallway made me jump. When I heard footsteps outside, I went to check the lock again. I called my family later that day. I told them what happened. They were worried and told me to be extra careful. I promised them I would. I bought a new door lock that afternoon, one with a stronger chain. I also put a chair under the doorknob at night, just to feel safer. Days passed, but the feeling stayed with me. I still live in the same apartment. I still make ramen sometimes. But now I always check the door many times before sleeping. I listen carefully to every sound. The older man never came back, at least not that I know. The police did not catch him right away, but they said they were watching the building. I learned an important lesson. Small things like locking a door can make a big difference. I was only 20, living alone for the first time. I thought bad things only happened to other people. Now I know they can happen to anyone. I feel lucky, but I also feel changed. There is a little fear that stays with me. Every night when I go to bed, I remember that shuffling sound and the doorknob turning. I remember how close the danger came. I am grateful for the simple habit of locking my door. It saved me. This new apartment taught me to be more careful in life. I hope the thief never returns. For now, I tried to live normally again, but with my eyes open and my door always locked. I was about 10 or 11 years old. My best friend and I loved to play outside. We lived near a very dense forest behind our house. One evening, after it was already dark, we decided to go into the forest. We thought it would be fun to sit and talk there. We walked into the trees with our flashlights. The forest was thick with big trees and lots of leaves on the ground. We found a big fallen tree and sat down on it. We talked about school, games, and other kid things. We laughed a lot. Time passed quickly. Soon, it became very dark. The trees blocked the light from the moon and stars. It was pitch black. We could not see anything without our flashlights. We should go back home now, I said. My friend agreed. We turned on our flashlights and started walking back. The path was narrow. Leaves covered the ground. Our lights made small circles of light in front of us. Everything else was dark. We walked slowly and carefully. Then we heard something. Slow footsteps in the leaves ahead of us. They were about 15 or 20 feet away. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The steps were soft but clear. We stopped walking. The footsteps stopped too. What was that? I whispered. I don't know, my friend whispered back. We stood still for a few seconds. Then we started walking again. The footsteps started again too. This time they sounded closer. Suddenly, the footsteps moved from ahead of us to right behind us. They were very near now. My heart started beating fast. Fear filled my body. This was not an animal. The steps sounded like a person walking carefully. We looked back with our flashlights, but we saw nothing. Just trees and darkness. The footsteps stopped again. Then they started once more, right behind us. Run! I shouted. I panicked and bolted forward toward home. I ran as fast as I could. My flashlight bounced up and down. I bumped into trees. Branches scratched my arms and face. I did not care. I just wanted to get out of the forest. I could hear the footsteps chasing me. They were fast now. They sounded heavy on the leaves. I ran harder. My legs hurt. My chest burned. I kept bumping into more trees. I felt like something was going to grab me from behind. Leave me alone! I screamed in my mind. I did not look back. I just ran. The footsteps stayed close for some time. Then, after a while, they started to go in a different direction. They veered off to the side. The sound became softer and slowly went away. But I did not stop running. I burst out of the forest and ran to my house. I opened the door quickly and ran inside. I was breathing hard. My clothes were dirty. My arms had scratches. I told my parents what happened. My friend also made it home. He told me later what he saw. When I started running, he froze for a moment because he was so scared. Then he started running too, but on a slightly different path. He said he heard two sets of footsteps. One chasing me, and another one also running after me. He heard them clearly. It sounded like two people or things were chasing me through the dark forest. We both reached our homes safely. That night we could not sleep well. Every small sound outside made us jump. The next day, our parents called the police. The police came and listened to our story. They went into the forest to check. They looked for footprints or any signs. But they found nothing strange. No one was there. They told us it might have been an animal or our imagination. But we knew what we heard. It was not our imagination. We never went into that forest at night again. Even in the day, we felt scared sometimes. The memory stayed with us. Years have passed since that night. I am older now, but I still remember every detail. The slow footsteps in the leaves. The way they stopped and then appeared right behind us. The panic when I ran through the dark trees. The feeling that something was chasing me. My best friend and I still talk about it sometimes. We meet and remember that scary night. We ask each other the same questions. What was it? Was it a person hiding in the forest? Was it something else? Why did it chase us? Why did it stop? We never found the answers. The police did not find anything. No one else saw or heard it. It remains a terrifying mystery. That night taught me how dark a forest can be. It taught me how fast fear can take over your body. It taught me to listen to that voice inside that says, "Go home," when it gets too dark. Even today, when I walk in the woods during the day, I sometimes think about it. I listen for footsteps. I remember how we sat on that fallen tree talking like normal kids. Then everything changed in a moment. My friend and I are still close. That scary event made our friendship stronger. We went through something together that no one else understands. We know the truth of what we heard that night. It was real. The footsteps were real. The chase was real. And the fear was very real. We were just kids looking for a place to talk. We did not know the forest held a secret. We did not know something was there with us in the dark. Now, when I tell this story, people listen carefully. Some believe it. Some think we were scared kids hearing normal forest sounds. But we know what happened. 2 boys. 1 dark night. Footsteps that followed us. And the mystery that never went away.